So today, I want to talk about the failure of charismatic leaders like me. Often, charismatic leaders have a vision that is outstripping the actual resources of the day-to-day of their team. And that's what makes them sometimes visionary, is they see the changes that are coming well in advance of most other people. However, the same person that's got the skill set to tinker and play and figure out what's going to be the next big thing is rarely the person to implement change management in a good way. We haven't overcome this entirely at Seer, but we've gotten a hell of a lot better. So I figured I would share with some of you out there so you can maybe send this to your exciting charismatic style leader. The first thing is I had to be open to hearing this from the team. And Daryl, shout out to you, he's one of our alumni, and Drew Meyer. The two of them were at a conference that I was speaking at in London, and they pulled me aside during the happy hour and said, "Hey Will, all that stuff you just showed was amazing, and we now know it, but what about everybody else back at the office?" And I was like, "Well, they know it. I've been recording videos and sending it to them." And at that moment, Drew Meyer said to me, he goes, "Here's a little secret, Will. People don't watch your videos." And that hurt, because I spent a lot of time making videos for the team, but it was the truth. And then what we did is implement my second recommendation, is once you're open to hearing it, then you can start to actually change yourself and the way you do things. So for me, Drew and Daryl recommended that I start doing a monthly meeting where I go through my presentations and what I'm recently presenting face to face with the team members who are interested in keeping up with my kind of breakneck pace. The other thing you have to realize is if you're that charismatic leader or you're that visionary leader and you're always playing around with things and tinkering and trying to find the next new big thing, at some point, you gotta stop. At some point, you have to attach to something long enough. So lately, if you've been paying attention, my big thing has been how to look at big data. I've actually been talking about that now for 13 or 14 months without letting it go. Because what I had trained my team to do over the past few years was to be like, Will's hot about this. 3 months from now, he ain't gonna even talk about it anymore because he's gonna find a new thing. And then I think once your team starts seeing you stick with something, it signals to them that this isn't going away and that they should speed up getting on board. And the last thing I'm going to say is, if you're an executive like I am, with a big vision and you're trying to see where things are going in the future, you have to have a strong executive team with you on this journey, because they're going to be stronger at implementing the change management. They're going to remember that you've changed that same process 4 times this year already, whereas I'm on to the next thing and would have forgotten. So one of the biggest changes that we've made is Larry Waddell, our head of SEO. He's actually implemented what he calls release days. And in the same way that software goes through a release cycle, we now actually go through a release cycle to make sure that whatever it is that I'm innovating on in beta makes it into the deliverables that we're delivering to the rest of our clients. So I hope if you either are one of those people that constantly gets the struggle of, I always have this big vision, but I can't remember what my last vision was, I hope this helps. And if you've got one of those managers who's like me, remember, I needed someone like you to tell me that people weren't watching my videos for me to implement and institute some of the types of changes that should make us a better company for our clients. Thanks so much.